45.
Looks like Tom Duncan.
Sounds like, must be a duck.
Jersey girls are the best.
Yeah.
What?
The bunny ears are back.
We are back for another episode of Laugh Underneath the podcast, and we are still sitting here in what would this be called, Joe? Is this not the basement?
This is the ground level. This
Level
is
one.
the terrace level.
Terrace level.
It sounds fancy, doesn't
I
it?
like that.
Yeah, it's the terrace level.
So we could call Terra. Level Terra.
Nah,
No?
you're going too hard.
All right. So
So
anyway,
we're at the ground floor of NAMMBA.
we're still at
What
Connect
amazing
24.
things are happening here.
It is amazing. By the way, listen to this. I mean, guys, it's like 10:30 in the morning,
Yeah,
and me and Joe are like already like, I don't know, like at least 7.5, 8,
yeah. I'm having a high
right?
today. It's this incredible. Like, it was probably the most invigorating, inspiring conferences I've ever been to.
So speaking about invigorating and inspiring, we have my friend here. By the way, he is my friend. I've known Leonard for several years. And this is Leonard Pollard, branch leader for Movement Mortgage Chicago. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, why did you choose NAMMBA as an event that you had to be at?
You know, I was just talking to Fabi about this. I'm big on relationships and diversity, and made it a point to hop on a flight and get here to not only support NAMMBA, but run into Fabi and all the other great people here, and really talk to and network with a lot of people from all past life, right? And that's what excites me. I'm probably at about a 9 right now. I haven't even had an energy drink yet. The excitement that comes with all the different people, right, and all the different conversations, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, you are a relationship guy,
Absolutely.
and you treat your borrowers like family.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you might even make them family.
Yeah.
So tell us this story, because this is hilarious. So watch out. If you ever get a loan application with Leonard, you might just get a little more than you bargained for.
Oh, absolutely. I give all my clients a disclaimer, right? I say, this is a big deal. We're going to get intimate. We're going to get deep. You're going to like me. You're going to love me. You might not like me.
I like this.
But I was sharing a story that my wife, who's here with me, because I'm big on relationships, she called me for a purchase 12 years ago. And that's how it started, and we got really deep into that loan application. And 7 years ago, we met for pizza because she wanted to do a refinance. And now here we are celebrating our 4th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Congratulations,
Just this
dude.
past Saturday. So
Wow.
we just ran it into NAMMBA here in Orlando with all these great folks.
Now, hold on. When you refinance, do you get a new wife?
Well, she's a new and improved one.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a true story. When I was a loan officer, I was doing a loan cash out, and the guys had written a home improvement, like I was doing a home improvement or whatever. And we get to the end of the table, and there's a buyout to some lady or some payment to some, and I called up the bar and said, "Hey, why are we sending the money to some lady?" Well, that's my ex-wife. That's part of the divorce settlement.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
I said, "Well, I thought you said it was a home improvement loan." He goes, "It is. I improved my home."
Oh my God.
I didn't make that up, Joe. That was a true story, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
Leonard, how long have you been in the mortgage business now?
This is my 25th year, man.
25th.
Yeah.
Wow. So 99?
Yeah, 98, 99.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like, look, I've been in for 30 years now myself, right? I would say 30 years in, like we're doing some jail sentence, but,
Right.
Sometimes it feels like that.
right?
Yeah.
What do you think, like, the significant thing that has kept you going all these years? 'Cause that's a long time to be doing something, right?
Absolutely.
What's been like that driving force that says, okay, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do another mortgage?
Fabi, it's the thrill of the relationships, right? And the end goal, man. It could be rocky from start and in between with buyers and, being a loan officer. But at the end, when you get to celebrate, pop champagne, get the keys, watch the tears, watch the kids, that's what warms my heart,
Yeah.
right? And just to continuous invites, right? To baptisms and barbecues and just the relationships that just continue to come.
Yeah.
That's what I wake up looking forward to every day. Whereas years of the past, it would be, oh gosh, I got to get up and deal with all this nonsense, right? But I've learned how to flip that coin.
You're
and look
not-
for the positive.
So it sounds like you've gotten away from a transactional business
Oh yeah,
to a community building business.
absolutely.
And so you're doing it's a natural outflow of who you are and the connections, the real relationships you have are your business.
Yes.
And so you've blended. People always talk about how do you blend, personal and business or work and family life. For you, it sounds like it's all one.
It is. It is. And, I'm celebrating a year at Movement next month, and Movement really complements that, and I say that with pride. I took a long time last year to really vet my options before I made another move. And I had to find a company that truly complemented just that.
Yeah.
And Casey has done a great job with that, building that culture from the top down. And it's just easy.
We just had Montel sitting where you're sitting right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Montel was just here. We were just talking about grab the keys.
Yes.
We also talked about something that was really important to me and to Montel, and maybe to you too, which is showing minority first-time home buyers, bridging that gap between renting and actually owning a home.
Yes.
That first home that they've actually bought, you know what I mean? And that feeling that they're now able to share with their children and so on.
Yeah.
I mean, you've experienced that in your career, right?
Absolutely. I mean, pretty much every day, all day. I just closed a deal last Friday where the young couple had a negative $32 in their checking account. And they're homeowners now. So again, those are the ones that really warm my heart, right? Like sitting them down, walking them through that fear, giving them the blueprint, watching them execute the blueprint, and now they're owners.
Yeah.
How did you find those guys? How'd they come to you?
Social media, man.
Oh.
Media, I don't do enough. But, TikTok and Instagram, I tell the stories. And like I said, I communicate in a language that the next generation understands.
You do the funky dances?
I don't do any dance moves like Tony, but, I language that they understand. You know what I mean?
I do.
And it ends up working, man.
So, I selfishly, I'm going to share, I have a social media automation company. Like we have a technology that helps people do that. But one of the things I get all the time is people say, I'm too old for this. Right? It's a young man's game, or, it's like, I just can't do it. I'm not calling you old, but you've been in the business for 25 years, so you're seasoned.
Yeah.
How do you say I could be on social media?
I just do it naturally, man. It's as a young kid, I always ran around with guys that were like 5 years my elder. Right. And I tell the next generation and a lot of my peers, it's the same thing. The young kids are hungry for the information, but in some cases they may be afraid to approach Fabi or me, right?
Yeah.
They see the salt and pepper and they're like, I don't want to insult them. But, I tell them, I welcome those conversations because you guys got to take this over at some point, right? So let's engage, right? Let me educate you. Let me not just help you get a mortgage, but let me educate you along the way.
So you're just straight up going out there. On which platforms are you on?
I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat. I'm doing a lot more on now.
No kidding.
Right? So
Snapchat's still around?
Yeah.
Yes. But you're straight up just helping, you're educating.
Yeah.
And what's cool is that then that community that you're building is now so much broader than just Chicagoland.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely. It's a national thing.
Are you finding you get a lot of people interested from all around the country?
Yes. Yeah, I get inquiries a lot from other states. You know what I mean? Again, that motivates me to, build that team to make sure we can touch all those states.
Yeah.
We have access, so it works.
What percentage of your business would you say has come from your social media efforts today?
I'd say about 22%.
It's a great question.
22%.
It's a great question.
That's incredible.
I think that's a question we can actually stand on for a second here. Because when we really look at it, so many people say, I can't measure what the loan that I get from a social media, right?
Right.
But you're actually giving us a number that's pretty definitive. I mean, 22% is a pretty definitive number.
I look at my metrics report every morning. So I have an Excel spreadsheet that shows where every lead comes from.
Nice.
Right. And then it just does the metrics for me. So I'm at 22%. And that's between TikTok and IG.
So that's incredible because, I get a lot of times people say it to me all the time. It's like, hey, look, I'm doing this. It's not really getting anything. And then I hear people say all the time, I've heard up to 60% of people's business is coming from social. And so people that are like, I just don't think it's for me. I'm like, what would you do with an extra 20% of business? Like, what would that mean for you and your family? And like, it doesn't really cost you anything.
Well, think about this, Joe. I've said this before to people. We did that little video you steaming the curtain yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It was cute, right? I was making fun of you, but at the same time, there was a real lesson in leadership in that one, right?
Yeah.
People on LinkedIn caught on to that last night.
Yep.
Right? We had 1,500 views of your video. I don't even know how many minutes because it's a 22-second video.
Yeah.
But it's like 300 minutes to watch or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So we know it's been watched. Here's a question: how much money would we pay to be in front of 1,400 people?
Right.
And that's social
You
media.
do every day,
Yeah.
multiple times a day if you want.
And that's what we're talking about, Leonard. 1,400 people. I mean, if I said, hey, Leonard, give me $600, I'll give you 20 minutes in front of 1,400 people to make a pitch. Right?
Yeah.
But that's social media. And people just don't understand that. So I love that metric, man. 22% is powerful. And do you want to increase that, or are you satisfied with 22%, or is there a game plan to try to increase that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to increase it. I want to increase.
So-
So go so far.
So we were talking about this morning, Leonard.
Yes.
Right? We were talking this morning, me and you, one-on-one, me and Leonard.
Tough talks with Fabi.
Yeah, you gotta watch out.
So how do you think we could increase 22%, Leonard?
Yeah, just get after it, man, and be consistent.
No, but what's that new thing that you're gonna be introducing to the world that you bought the kid already?
Oh, the podcast.
Yes.
Podcast.
Good
Right?
podcast.
Because the thing about what happens at 22%, you're doing social media. Now you blend in the podcast element.
Yes,
You could double it.
absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing,
That's
man.
the goal, man. You know, the easy way to make the phone ring. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this. I know we're about out of time, but I have one more question for you. What's some of your top performing content?
Just being natural.
Well, like of all the posts that you've done, like what are the ones that get the most views? Or actually, let me ask a two-part question. What's the content that gets the most views? And then what's the one that has the most conversions? Like actual people asking you leads.
Honestly, it's the personable content.
Yeah.
You know, like me with the dogs, or me with the wife, or me doing home
Always,
improvement.
always.
You know, people like to work with people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and that's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Just be you,
Right.
be educational, be forthcoming, and be consistent. That's what I heard.
I was talking to somebody last night, and I said I spend hours doing all this technology with podcasting, right? And we get 7 views. And then I put some sunglasses on my dog, and I get 6,000 views.
Well, they both serve a purpose, right? And
Right.
and here's the thing too, is that what a lot of people don't understand is that sometimes the content gets the lowest views will turn into the most deals. That's because you're still reaching people, and you need to have both types of content. You need to have the ones that convert and that might get less engagement, less views. But you need the ones the funny stuff that gets you broader exposure.
Yeah.
So with that,
Spoken like a true social coach. All right, Leonard. Thank you
Yeah.
for being on the show, brother. All right. Welcome back anytime you want here, man.
yeah.
All right, take it out of here.
45.
Looks like Tom Duncan.
Sounds like, must be a duck.
Jersey girls are the best.
Yeah.
What?
The bunny ears are back.